Hello everyone, welcome back to the first video in a while. Today we're going to be talking about the potential for a snow event to set up across parts of East and Southeast England during tomorrow, and we're going to be looking at the details of how that's going to happen, where the snow will fall, when the snow will fall, that kind of thing. And starting right away, we're going to look at the kind of overview of the weather setup. This chart is valid for today at 3 o'clock, so a couple of hours, and you notice we've got high pressure centered across the North UK over Scotland. So this is kind of the first high pressure we've seen in a while, keeping things for the most part nice and dry. But also on the southern side of that high pressure, because of the way the wind flows around high pressure, which is clockwise, we're bringing in an easterly wind into the southern half of England, especially kind of the southeast half, and the easterly direction in winter is notoriously quite cold. And if I run this through, you can see that by Monday we've got the high pressure moving slightly further northeast like that from Scotland into kind of Norway there across the North Sea, which allows a fairly cold patch of air to move into the south on Monday, as you can see there, kind of indicated where we have that kind of dashed line saying 522. That's showing very, very cold air, definitely cold enough for snow. And this chart right here just kind of illustrates that point. This is the 850 millibar temperature chart. This is a pretty good indication for the air mass that we're seeing, and often gives you a good idea of what kind of weather will occur. And this is valid for Monday at 3 o'clock. And you can see there's a high pressure, and on the south side we have these kind of number one, we have an easterly wind coming in there, and then also notice how we have those kind of white and purple pink colours across the southern half of England, and that's indicating temperatures below -10 degrees at this height, which is about kind of 1.5 kilometers or so. So it's not ground level, but it's kind of slightly above ground level, about a kilometer above, and it's showing that the air mass we have is very, very cold. And you may be wondering, why is this important? Well, as the cold air moves over the comparatively warmer North Sea, so the air at around kind of 1.5 kilometers is around -10 degrees or so per this European model chart right here tomorrow in the afternoon. Whereas the North Sea, I mean, I haven't checked the exact figures, but I think it's around 8 or 9 degrees Celsius. So you've got almost a kind of 20-degree difference, which basically is leading to instability. And as you can see here on this forecast model sounding from the UKV, this is on windy.com, you can see that the red line here, this is our kind of vertical profile, so it's how the temperature and dew point change as you go upwards into the kind of through the atmosphere. The black line is the surface, the black line on the x-axis is the surface, and this is going upwards with height there. But what you can see is that focusing on this bottom bit here, the red line is decreasing very, very rapidly, and that's indicating a very steep low-level lapse rate, because the temperature, the surface temperature on the water is kind of significantly above zero, probably around maybe 5 degrees or so, because you've got that warm water, and then the air around 1.5 kilometers is close to -10, as we discussed earlier. So you've got a really big temperature contrast like that, and what that does is it encourages quite a lot of energy to be added from the kind of Earth's surface into the atmosphere. And this is kind of just a nice visualization of that right here. It's called the sensible heat flux, and basically just a measure of the energy added from the Earth's surface into the atmosphere. And you can really clearly see across the southern half of the North Sea, and also into the English Channel as well here, because we've got much colder air moving over the warmer surface, because of that temperature difference, the kind of the North Sea is kind of compensating by adding its energy into the atmosphere, and that's kind of showing up where the colours are kind of pink and red here. But the reason that's important is because adding the energy into the atmosphere is leading to convection, and so what we're going to see is showers developing as a result across parts of East and Southeast England, particularly near the kind of Thames estuary region here. And you can see this is the UKV Medal, so UKV Metalverse model, valid for tomorrow through the afternoon and into the evening, and you can see quite a lot of blue and green specks showing up through the afternoon there, even hints of yellow, indicating the potential for moderate to at times heavy snow showers kind of in this region as we get those kind of convection developing, and then that moves inland. And because the temperatures will be pretty chilly, you can see widely 0 to 2 degrees there. That should be cold enough for snow, especially as we turn into the afternoon and evening, where you can see starting to be become below 0 or around 0 there. So no doubt on precipitation type, it's almost all going to be snow. But basically, as we get that colder air moving through, we're going to see snow showers developing. Another interesting thing to do with the wind direction is the convergence that will develop. This is the UKV wind chart here, as you can see, and we've actually got a fairly strong easterly wind across the kind of southern part of North Sea, around 30 miles an hour or so. But the kind of difference in the friction of the land, there is kind of trees, buildings, terrain, that slows the wind down and changes the wind direction, whereas on the sea there's basically no friction. That kind of creates a slight difference in the wind direction, as you can see here, and actually that leads to convergence into this sort of region, kind of from the Thames estuary, parts of Essex, Kent, into areas south of London, so kind of into Surrey there. And let me just kind of draw this out properly. So basically this region in here has convergence, and the convergence is important because it helps to organize the showers and storms a bit more. And actually you can see here on the latest Meteorologist chart, they have this kind of interesting looking twig thing that is indicative of a convergence zone. So definitely we are looking towards this region of southeast England tomorrow afternoon. Let's take a look at when it's likely to start. The UKV has snow showers starting to move in to parts of Kent as early as 8 AM there. You can quite clearly see that. Actually, let me take away this chart so you can see this better. Clear. So you can see that the UKV has showers starting to come in quite early, and then they last they kind of occur in different rounds throughout the day. You can see there. Earlier than 8 even, perhaps as early as 5, and they continue through the day. Possibly a couple of kind of disturbances at the upper levels, meaning they will move through in kind of waves, but throughout the day we're likely to see snow showers, some heavy at times in this kind of zone there, as you can quite nicely see on the model. Finally, in terms of the accumulations that we're likely to see, sorry, I'm just quite tired at the moment, but so basically in terms of the accumulations that we're likely to see, we can take a look at a few different models here. I'm not actually sure what I just clicked on, but if we take a look at the latest high resolution Aurora model, and we look at the snow accumulation, you can see that kind of focusing in on the southeast here, because I don't really know if we're actually going to see accumulations there. You can see the potential for a few centimeters in places during the course of the afternoon. The most extreme solution I've seen is the Icon D2, which actually has, as you can see here, let me just get it out there, as you can see there, actually brings as much as 3 centimeters or so fairly widely across southeast England during the day on Monday. And actually, I don't completely disagree with this, because quite a lot of the time you'll find that the weather models really underestimate the shower development. So it's possible that in reality we might even see more showers than what the UKV is showing, what other models are showing, and we could actually see a more widespread snow threat. So this model here is not completely out of the question, and but it's probably towards the higher end of possibilities. I'd say the most accurate would be for basically anywhere in this kind of region here. Expect to see a few snow flurries during the day, perhaps a dusting of snow, and then anyone in this kind of second region here, expect to see perhaps 1 to even 3 centimeters or snow of so, and maybe there could be even a bit more if you're lucky. We might see some surprises. These setups are always notoriously difficult to forecast. But anyway, that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.